Good evening, dear students. So today we will discuss about the kidney exclusively. We will just revise what we have learned about the kidney. Then, if the kidney fails, then what is the alternative? Means artificial kidney. We will discuss about the artificial kidney. But before that, you have certain doubt in this kidney. So for that, I am just going to explain. So we have learned that kidney is the excretory or main excretory organ. Okay, so kidney is two in number. It is bean shaped. So that kidney means one of the kidney is shown here. It is this one. Now we have learned that this kidney consists of broadly two things. One is the cortex region, another is the medullary pyramid. So what is this cortex? Cortex region are those regions where the tubings are spread, because whatever this renal artery is there, these have to be converted into afferent arterioles, because this afferent arterioles is required for each and every nephron. So you must understand, whatever this single renal artery is there, this single renal artery have to be distributed into intrinsic network, I mean the thinner arterioles. So this single into so many. So these distribution are basically occurring in this region, the outer region or the cup region of this kidney. So that region is our cortex, and that I had explained even in the earlier days. Where is the cortex? And the another one is the medullary pyramid. So medullary pyramid contain the unit nephron. The entire nephron is even not submerged in this medullary pyramid, but some of the regions or the top portions are even outside this medullary pyramid, and they are in the cortex region. And the tubular region, it is inside this medullary pyramid. Student, if you want to just see once again, or whatever this region means, this side region that we are looking, these are the cortex region. And whatever this pyramid that appears means this one, or here one of this is highlighted, it is called as medullary pyramid. It is this one. So one of the section of this kidney just taken in this figure. You are getting the yellow one is the medullary pyramid, and in this, inside this medullary pyramid, one of the filtering unit called nephron is taken. Now you are observing that most of the tubular part of this nephron are inside this medullary pyramid, that we have learned in detail in last session, that this kidney consists of broadly two parts. One is cortex plus medulla or medullary pyramid. It is this one. So this is the cross-sectional view. But in this two region collectively, the filtering unit is this nephron. So this nephron is spread even from the cortex region to this medullary pyramid region. Most of the part of this nephron are inside this medullary pyramid. Means this medullary pyramid consists of several nephron, which is the filtering unit. Now how is this nephron? So nephron structure is drawn here. Means first, if we consider this kidney have two parts. One is cortex, another is pyramid. The small section is taken here. So it is this one. Now in this, one of the filtering unit called nephron is taken. Now going ahead, how is this nephron? So nephron itself have a cup shaped or bowl shaped upper portion. This is called as Malpighian capsule. Now this Malpighian capsule contain large number of coiled blood capillaries. That is given a special name called glomerulus or glomeruli. And the secondary side of cup is going to form a new tube which is highlighted as the yellow one here. So that yellow is our tubular part. If you take this, the starting region where this blood capillary is entering and then it is coming out, that cup shaped region means the secondary side, basically that is called as Bowman capsule. These glomeruli and Bowman capsule are collectively called as Malpighian capsule. If you could not remember Malpighian capsule, okay, no issues. But this glomeruli and Bowman capsule, these are important. So this is the main filtering point. Here the initial filtration occur. In this case, here the initial filtration occur. That is called the filtrate. So here initial filtrate is formed. That filtrate passes through this yellow tube, but blood, after losing some amount of plasma which contain the nutrients like glucose, amino acid, in addition to the nitrogenous waste, that starts flowing through this tubular part of the nephron. So that tubular part is convoluted by the blood tubes or blood capillary, or basically it is the blood arterioles. So whatever the useful material, say glucose, amino acid, which is initially moved to this tubular part of the Malpighian capsule or Bowman capsule, that will again come back into the capillary region, means blood capillary. That part is called as absorption. Why this absorption? Since the hole is larger, or initial filtration, during initial filtration it is not only the nitrogenous waste is moving to the tubular region, but some of the useful material also moved. Now that useful material have to be again taken back or reabsorbed by this blood capillary itself. So that part is called as reabsorption. But again, what during reabsorption, some of the or even more amount of this amino acid or even salt, that may have again diffused back to the blood capillaries. So therefore this exchange takes place till a osmotic balance, that is called osmoregulation. These terms are not in your book, that's why I do not want to use this. So osmoregulation, I has used this simple term depending on the amount of material present in our body. So depending on the amount of salt present in our body, means present in our blood, amount of salt which is required for our blood or body, amount of glucose required, amount of water required. So how much is required? If it is the excess one, then the excess is again secreted back from this tubular region of the blood capillary back to the tubular part of this Bowman capsule. So that is the third stage, that is called as secretion. By that secretion, finally, the urine is formed, which contains the nitrogenous base and the material which is excess or not required for the body. If the material, say water, is lesser in our body, at that time this reabsorption occur more and more, and secretion will occur lesser, so lesser urine is formed. If you are taking more water, or even if you are taking more sugar or more glucose, then more sugar will diffuse to the tubular region. Again, lesser reabsorption will take place. Then again, secretion will take place. Means more glucose will be drained out. So whatever this one here, finally it is going into the collecting duct, which is open in pelvis region. So what are they? This is the pelvis region. The detailed structure I had already explained, so I don't think it is required. And by this way, this is what? The drain pipe for urine. So those things we have already learned in more detail. So this way, this medulla is nothing but it is holding this nephron vertically. Now, how much is inside this medulla and how much is outside this medulla? I mean, in cortex region, that is also presented here. See, it is present in our slide. A student, here you are getting, I have just taken the Bowman capsule and tubular region. So understand, nearly this much region means whatever this part is here, you can see this Bowman capsule and even this distal tubular, these are in cortex region. It is also mentioned here. So these are in cortex region. In cortex part of kidney. This is what? This is nephron. But entire nephron is not just submerged in medulla or medular pyramid, some of the part is outside that. Because of this bigger region, I mean this Bowman capsule, it is forming the pyramidal shape, because this U tube, which will have lesser space, so it will collection of this unit or arrangement of this unit is forming a pyramidal shape. So whatever this one, so these are in cortex region. Cortex region. Whatever these are, you are considering from here to here, it is in our medulla region. So here to here, it is our medulla region. So it is in medulla region. You may further divide it into the inner medulla, outer medulla, okay, but those fine details are not required. Even if you further divide, whatever this thicker tube where it lies up to these thicker tubes, it is called as the outer medulla, and this one is called as the inner medulla. But even these fine details are not required. So that's why, because of this arrangement, this medulla is forming a pyramidal shape. Okay, so this is enough for you. How is this? Everything I had already explained. If you wish, let me just display it quickly. A student, how was that process of filtration and formation of urine that I had already explained? Even today I had also spoken. Whatever this impure blood is entering, so first here there will be the filtration. Filtrate will enter into this tubular region, through this tubular region into this blood. here the blood is flowing, so there will be reabsorption. Some of the glucose and other thing will go back into this. It is your reabsorption. Here the water, I mean, this is not the straight one how it is shown. Even it will come down to make convolution. Convolution means bringing one closer to another. So again, water reabsorption will take place in this lower region called loop of Henle. Then whatever this glucose and other thing being again gone back to this blood capillary, that will again come back depending on the requirement of the blood and body, that is called osmoregulation. Then finally what is being formed here at this end called distal convoluted tube, DCT. So that is going to form the urine, and here it is secreted. Okay, it is this one. Even how it was, that I had also explained. This was the entire process that I had already explained. These are the three process. How was this? Everything was explained. A student, I had also explained, while the kidney filtration is going on, the kidney cells start absorbing the oxygen present in this impure blood, which are oxygenated. So that's why initially whatever the blood that is coming is in red color, but later on it become blue while it is entering into vena cava. Why? Because the oxygen itself is used by the kidney cells. So therefore the blood become impure in term of carbon dioxide and oxygen for lungs, but it become pure in term of nitrogenous waste for this kidney. Okay, student? So that's why it is the good figure. It is taken from your book. So it is depicting the color also. So it is going back to afferent arteriole. Finally, afferent arteriole, it will go to your renal vein, and it had came from the renal arteries. This thing I had already explained everything. How is this glomerulus, Bowman capsule, how is this diffusion, everything I had already explained. I had also written various things, how it was, rough diagram I had also drawn. How is this filtration and how is this filtrate, how it was flowing, why it is able to flow, it contains the pores and slit, what are the various processes which are going to occur, it is also depicted here. So it was this one. How is the kidney structure inside? So how is this medullary pyramid? It is this one, which are cortex region, which are renal artery, renal vein. What was the flow path? That I had also explained in last class. The function was also written, whether it is oxygenated, deoxygenated, everything is written here. So finally, the outcome or the secretion of this kidney is flowing through ureter. Ureter are thin tubes. Then this ureter, it will go into the bladder, and then it is urethra, then it is secreted. There is sphincter muscle also. Here in this region there is sphincter muscle. This sphincter muscle basically control the discharge. Like we have seen, this sphincter muscle is present at the rectum, also at the output of our stomach. So that controlled discharge is wherever the controlled discharge is required, this sphincter muscle is present in our body. This was all about. So everything we had already explained. Now it is possible that this kidney may fail. If this kidney is going to fail, then how to deal with it? Because kidney is removing the toxic or toxic waste, which is very much essential. If it is not removed, it will get accumulated. From where these toxic wastes are generated, the student, we have already learned, these are generated by the metabolism of proteins. Even not only proteins, even the cell which have a maturity period, means after few days of functioning of cell, it become mature and the cell is also died. Then how this cell have to be removed? This died cell, after bursting of lysosome, again get dissolved into blood, and it is again removed or generating even the waste like nitrogenous waste also, and that is again filtered in our kidney. But one important thing is there, some filtration also occur in liver. This reabsorption of iron takes place in liver. So these things are beyond to your syllabus. This may be useful for the NTSCA students. So I do not want to go in that area. So I'm not going to enter into that reason. So in NTSC, I will discuss it. So student, this was how. So how is this entire process? The entire process is also summarized here. So kidney, you must write this process, student. Kidney initially generating the filtrate, means filtration, then reabsorption, then there is secretion also. Secretion word is not written here, so add here, then secretion. Secretion, or this is the final removal, okay, now final discharge from blood tubular. So from blood capillary, so only two processes here they have written, filtration and reabsorption, but there is secretion also at the third stage. Then this nephron, means this kidney, how this filtration is taking place? It is occurring in the nephron. So this filters the excess water, salt, urea, even amino acid are there, and various other dissolved useful product also. So through its plasma, while the plasma is moving. Keep in mind, a student, RBC, WBC, platelet, these are bigger in shape, so they cannot diffuse. Then after cleaning, it will come back. Waste are removed by the kidney in the form of liquid called urine, means urine is formed. Then this urine enters into ureter, the two tubes, pair of tubes, which are connecting this pelvis to the bladder. Then urine passed into the elastic sac or elastic bag called urinary bladder, which is temporarily storing it. And finally, with the help of sphincter muscle and our pituitary gland, when it is urged to discharge it, when this sac is nearly 50% filled, when it is nearly 50% level, so it is discharged by the control of a sphincter muscle after getting signal from the master gland or pituitary gland. This is basically in our control and coordination, which activity is controlled by which gland. But now it is remote, we will not discuss more, but I will just show you what are the important ones. Okay, so it is so this is the entire process. Now a student, with all these things what we have observed, this kidney is very important organ, because if these toxic nitrogenous wastes are not going to removed by this kidney or by any means, that leads to death itself. But in certain condition or under certain abnormalities, sometimes the performance of kidney is reduced. Like there may be the blockage of some of the tubes, there may be certain foreign particle get trapped into the tubes, or certain infection may arises in the tubular region or in one part of this kidney, then the performance of kidney is reduced. This reduction in performance of kidney is called kidney failure. A student, you may get amazed that in one day kidney is filtrating or kidney is circulating nearly 180 liter of our blood. You can understand by this way. Though we are hardly discharging half a liter or 1 liter, depending on how much water we are taking, normal water intake is 2 to 3 liter or 4 liter. But the total volume that is handled by the kidney is 180 liter. So kidney is continuously filtering. If the volume filtration is less than 180 liter, means the performance of kidney is reduced. At that time, there may be accumulation of nitrogenous waste in our body that will be harmful to the body. So such a condition where the kidney is not performing the intended function at the full performance, it is called as kidney failure. Okay, student? So let us go for that. What is kidney failure? And what is the method to deal with it? So, right, artificial kidney. So, this artificial kidney, also called as the dialysis or dialyzing machine. So, it is also called as dialysis. I think Tejas have a lot many doubt in this topic, but आज के बाद आपको कोई डाउट नहीं रहेगा. जस्ट आप ध्यान से सुन लीजिए तो आपके डाउट से ज्यादा आपको मिलने वाला है. This is also called as hemodialysis. Hemio simply means it is the blood. Okay, the term hemio is used for blood. So this is what? So a device or a small instrument which is performing the function of kidney. So a small instrument used externally. Externally means it is not placed inside the body like pacemaker. It is placed outside. Just tubes are connected with the artery and veins, and then the blood starts circulating through this a small instrument. How is the structure? That I will also draw. This way it is able to perform the function of kidney. So a small instrument used externally to perform the function of kidney. So what is this a small instrument? It is called artificial kidney. Why this is required? So why required? So sometimes the kidney performance is reduced. So sufficient amount of dialysis or sufficient amount of purification is not taking place by our kidney. Okay. So right. Sometime the performance of kidney is reduced. So due to this reduction in performance could be of the various factor due to, so right, due to various factors. So what are the various factors? The various factors I had just told you. There could be the blockage, there could be the infection. Okay, all these things. So sometimes the performance of the kidney is reduced due to various factors. So this situation or this condition means when the performance is not satisfactory is called kidney failure. So kidney failure means whatever the intended function and how much the function the kidney have to do or filtration the kidney have to do means nearly 1 liter 180 liter of the blood passing have to be done by this kidney, but that much is not going to happen. So this is called as kidney failure. So kidney failure simply means reduction in performance of this kidney. What are the various factors under which the performance is reduced? A student, there may be some infection, some injury, some restriction in blood flow. So due to maybe your infection, if the infection occur, swelling in the tube of kidney may occur. That will block the blood flow. Or maybe your injury.
Sir, can you little bit scroll up?
So there may be some injury. So all these things ultimately lead to restriction in blood flow. That is restriction in blood flow through the kidney. So this restriction in blood flow means the amount of blood flowing through the kidney that itself is reduced. So the amount of waste removal or waste removal rate will also reduce. Hence the performance of kidney is reduced. So at that time we need external assistance to remove this waste. So right, in such condition, what is this condition? The student, I am talking about kidney failure. So kidney failure condition. External assistance, external device or instrument is used to purify the or to remove the toxic nitrogenous waste from blood. So this external device which is used to remove the nitrogenous waste or toxic waste called as artificial kidney, called artificial kidney. Artificial means something man-made. It's simple made. Whatever kidney means natural. It is given by nature or given by God if we believe in God. Okay, student? So this is our artificial kidney.
Sir,
Yes?
sir, can kidney stone be a cause of kidney failure?
Yeah, it is. It is possible. But keep in mind, these stones are stored in very small region. Okay, so many a time it is not causing that much problem. But if the size of a stone is increased too much, it will not confine to only few nephron or not only damage or blocks the few nephron, but it may be possible that these may damage the thousands of nephron. At that time the performance of kidney is reduced, so it could be a so there could be a fair chance that there chance of kidney failure because of this stone. Okay, in general these stones are formed in between the tubular region. Okay, not inside the tube but in this side of that. What these stones are basically? Did you think what these stones are? These are concentration of the salts like urea, uric acid, and whatever these salts that is coming out or that is to be filtered. If that is not dissolved, means if we are not taking enough amount of water, so that that salt which is coming out of the blood is not able to come out of the kidney, that may store there. Means not a big salt is formed just within a day or 2 day or 3 day. Very first a small grain is formed. After that the other grain will deposit over that grain. The grain size will increase. The other particle or the other salt will again deposit over that grain. The grain size will increase. Ultimately that shape take the shape of a stone. So it is very hard. That's why it is called as a stone. Okay, any more doubt? In addition, these stones, if they are in initial stage, they are not so much hard, then it is possible that these stones may again dissolve by themselves. So that depends on what is the stage. So a doctor can tell you better, means whether operation is required or whether it is able to dissolve. Controlling your salt intake and various other thing intake, so dissolution is again possible in many cases. So depending on the size and regular scanning, doctor advise whether right now this surgery is required or not for removal of this kidney. Okay, but there is a chance it may be asked that is it possible to have a kidney failure because of this kidney stone? Yes. So this ultimately, this kidney failure is nothing but reduction in performance or whatever the blockage is created, that is the kidney failure. But when we say this is the kidney failure, when the amount of filtration is not sufficient, when we say this is not sufficient, if there is net increase in the nitrogenous waste in our body, means the accumulation of salt or accumulation of nitrogenous waste or accumulation of toxic waste in our blood is taking place, then we declare that the kidney is failed or kidney is not functioning. So that is the condition of kidney failure. So it doesn't simply mean if one or two nephron is not functioning, then it is the kidney failure. No. So that kidney failure extent is considered by taking reference of the amount of toxic waste that is going to accumulate in our blood. If there is no accumulation of toxic waste in our blood, we cannot say it is the kidney failure. Okay, I think this is enough for you. Okay, so what is this artificial kidney? So under such condition, when the kidney is not performing the adequate function to control or to check the accumulation of toxic waste in our body, at that time an external device is used. That external device is called artificial kidney. Okay, so a student, artificial kidney this kidney uses a process called dialysis. So that's why this artificial kidney sometimes also called as dialysis. Okay, uses process of dialysis, dialysis of blood. That's why it is collectively called as homodialysis. Dialysis is nothing but selectively passing of certain solute or certain material from one side to another side. It is simply like diffusion of osmosis through a selective semi-permeable membrane. So which kind of membrane we are going to use and what is this solution, all those things we are going to write by the process of dialysis. So what is this dialysis? Or since we are dialyzing the blood, so it is called as hemodialysis. So this dialysis is nothing but it is purifying blood by passing through a semi-permeable membrane Semi means partly. Okay. Permeable means allowed. So that's why we are using the term like semi-permeable. So it is basically here we are using the semi-permeable tube. It is not one membrane but various tubes. How these tubes are, that we will draw. Semi-permeable tubes which allows the smaller size molecule like what is a smaller size molecule, like ammonia, which size is a small or very small in comparison to size of WBC, RBC. So the ammonia, urea, uric acid, glucose, this thing is able to come out of the blood or able to diffuse on the secondary side, like ammonia, urea, uric acid. So which allows the smaller size molecule to diffuse into other side. Write this in the bracket, into other side. What is this side, that we will say, but not the bigger particles in blood, like what are the bigger particles in our blood? Like RBC, WBC, platelet, etc. Okay, student. Even all the blood proteins, so they are adequate enough. They are not totally coming out. So these smaller size molecules will come out and the bigger size will remain inside the blood. So how is this mechanism? Let me take. Means what? We are going to pass the blood. Means this is containing the nitrogenous waste, blood having nitrogenous waste. We are going to pass it through a tube. This tube have certain size hole which allow only particular kind of molecules to come out. So this blood contain your nitrogenous waste plus blood component. While it is passing through this, a student, keep in mind this diffusion. For this diffusion, the pressure is very important. So on this inner side, there is continuous flow of blood. Okay. So in this side, there will be blood. I'm just taking one tube. So this is the blood. But on the other side, it is filled with another liquid. So do not think it is in open air. So it could be better if we draw it vertically, or if not, then we may bind this tube. Means allow this tube to be come like this. Then why this tubing is done, or this circulation is done? To increase the area. Let me draw slightly better. You are just holding this. A student, let me take this even a bit bigger so that I can pack this entire tubing in one of the compartment. Okay, student, this compartment can be the entire structure we will draw, but just to understand how is this diffusion and what is this semi-permeable membrane. Whatever the blood is going, that blood having different size of the material or different size particle like WBC, RBC, food, platelet, nitrogenous waste, all these things. So these pores are so designed that only urea, uric acid, ammonia, all these things are able to come out. But the main component of blood like WBC, RBC, those things will not come out. So student, what is going to happen? This blood, some of the component will diffuse like this. What was happening in our glomerulus? The same process is going to take place here. It will diffuse. What is going to diffuse? It is our waste is going to diffuse. Even some amount of blood plasma is also coming, but that is very leisure. To avoid that flow of blood plasma, this secondary side, what we are taking, this is called as the dialyzing solution. Okay, student? And this is consist of a special kind of solution. That liquid is basically your stearate, right? That also sterile, sterile solution or dialyzing solution, you may call this. Dialyzing solution. So the characteristic of this dialyzing solution is that its pressure or nearly and content nearly matching with blood plasma. So therefore, this blood plasma is not able to come out, but the particles are able to diffuse. So how is this entire process? So student, these wastes are going to diffuse everywhere. So sufficient length is given for this tube so that diffusion will complete. And after completion of this diffusion, the pure blood will come out. So this way, whatever the blood which is coming out, it is free from nitrogenous waste. A student, what was happening in glomeruli? Only that process will take place. Means only diffusion outward will take place. No reabsorption. Reabsorption can occur only in our natural filter, in our natural kidney. But in this case, that is important. That makes the difference. So write in here, no reabsorption. Even so, that's why this pore size or this membrane, whatever this hole or this tube we have chosen, it should be so constructed that the useful material shall not diffuse to the secondary side. So this is the artificial solution. This is the natural solution, means the blood is our natural. So this is natural side. This is our artificial side. So it is artificial solution or artificial side. Its pressure means this solution is placed in a chamber and its pressure maintained same as the blood pressure. Whatever the pressure here, the same pressure is also here. How this is done? Let us go for entire figure. For pumping in this tube, what we need? We need a pump. So we need to connect a pump here. And from where this is going to come out, we have to connect it through some artery. So it have to connect to artery. And after purification, means nitrogenous waste removed, where it is to be pumped in vein. Need not be renal artery and renal vein. It could be any artery or any vein. It could be the artery of our hand, it could be the artery of our leg. Okay, in which this external device can be connected. A student, so this external device is called artificial kidney. So how this entire device is? So for that, let me take a figure. Yes, tell me. हाँ बोलिए विवेक.
So the purified blood could be sent back to artery, no? So oxygen will be used by cells.
That can be done. Here it can be done, but the thing is that again you have to think for the pressure. whether our this external pump pressure is enough or more than that artery that can be connected. At that time you have to increase, but if you increase that pressure, it is possible that the blood will oozes out. Let me take that figure. अभी आपका जो क्वेश्चन वो हम डिस्कस करेंगे. Why not artery? I have just told you to vein, but why not artery? वो आंसर अभी आपको यहां से मिलने वाला है. तो अभी आप देखें, इसको मैं लेता हूं. आप जितना सोचते हैं विवेक, वो मैं खुद से ही वो सारी सारी चीजें बताता हूं और बताऊंगा. लेकिन गुड थिंग, एटलीस्ट यू आर थिंक फॉर दैट, because in kidney we were observed that it is the, I mean, deoxygenated, so cannot be put into that. But what is the reason here that we cannot put back again into artery? So that thing. Good. So students, so this I am going to discuss. This is our artificial kidney. So how is this? And purification of blood. Purification of blood. These things are going to happen externally, though everything is written in this. But a student, means the kidney of this patient is not functioning properly, so that whatever the required nitrogenous waste to be removed, that is being not removed. Under that condition, this patient have connected a small device where the nitrogenous waste removal is going to take place in this yellow solution having tubes. Okay, a student, to push the blood into this tube, I mean, this is the main thing what we have drawn here. So this is the main, means main part. This is the main part of artificial kidney. It is this one. I mean, this entire setup is the main part. But how to push this blood, how to take it out, how to maintain the liquid, I mean this dialyzing solution in this, because the concentration of dialyzing solution also have to be maintained. If there is continuous accumulation of this waste in this dialyzing solution, then the waste concentration in this solution will increase. So if waste is continuously going to increase and we are not removing this dialyzing solution, then again there is a chance of reverse flow of waste into the body. So how all these things are done? What that the entire setup is like this. A student, observe it carefully. So whatever this red tube, you first come to this figure, this part. A student, you come to this part first. So whatever this part we are taking, this part is our main core of artificial kidney. Here in this, whatever these tubes are there, so these tubes are semi-permeable. So tube made of selective permeable membrane, but they have ended it outward. It is not this one, but it is this one. स्टूडेंट, ये जो जितने भी आपके ट्यूब्स यहाँ दिख रहे हैं, ये देखिए, ये सारे के सारे जो ट्यूब्स हैं, इस ट्यूब्स में फाइन होल होते हैं. ओके, ये इतने फाइन होते हैं कि ब्लड पूरा का पूरा बाहर नहीं आ पाता है, लेकिन ब्लड में डिसॉल्व वेस्ट जो है वो बाहर आ जाता है. तो अभी देखिए, so blood have to be pushed into these tubes. So these are the mechanical arrangement for holding these tubes. Okay, so it is in the membrane form, so membrane term is also used. On the outer side of these tubes or this membrane, we need to maintain a liquid of nearly same characteristic as that of the blood plasma, so that plasma cannot come out. Okay, that is the main purpose. For that we are using the dialyzing solution. अभी हमने आपको पीछे बतलाए थे. What is this dialyzing solution? This dialyzing solution is also called as steroid solution. अब चाहिए तो यहाँ पे लिख लीजिए. I had also written there, but it is a sterile solution. It is this. Okay. So this sterile solution, level and pressure have to be maintained on the secondary side of this tube. For that, it is connected with a bottle. You are getting a chamber with certain pressure. So it is this one which is able to push it outward, I mean upward. Now coming from the blood side, how the blood is going to move inside these tubes. So for entry of this blood into tube, this need to be connected with the artery. Why artery? Artery have high pressure. So because of that high pressure, it is taken from the artery. But even that pressure itself is not adequate to just push into this artificial kidney and take it back. For that, we need a small pump. So pure blood is going to enter here. And this entry is controlled with the help of pump. So line from artery to pump. So it is an external pump. Okay, it is going to push, going to suck the blood from the body and going to push it into this one. While it is being pushed into this one, see, because of their pressure, some of the waste will come out in this reason. But just one tube is not enough. That's why larger number of tubes are connected. That will come out. Okay, student? Keep in mind, there is no reabsorption here. What have came out, that cannot enter in. So once it have came out, it will remain in this. While these wastes are collected in this liquid, the liquid inside this chamber become contaminated or become useless. So therefore, we have to remove this. Even the entire chamber contamination, then total removal is not required. For that, there is an alternate pipe, so that if this gets contaminated, because of its pressure itself, it will come out. So it is this one. So this way, this dialyzing solution or sterile solution, which was fresh air, it become contaminated, and the contaminated or used or dirty dialyzing solution is connected in other bottle. Okay, so it is connected with the other bottle. So this way, on secondary side, the pressure is maintained. So right, pressure here, this is important. Pressure on secondary side is same as the pressure that of the blood. If not, then the blood will oozes out, that will come out. So that's why this instrument is so sophisticated that they are able to adjust the pressure itself of this secondary or chamber side is same as pressure of blood. What is this blood ka pressure? Inside the tube side. Okay, because it is now connected to the artery and even slightly higher than that because of this pump. Okay, so it is for the tube side. So that's why the plasma or inside the tube will not diffused into the dialyzing solution. So this is to avoid the flow of plasma. प्लाज्मा मीन्स ब्लड प्लाज्मा, ब्लड के सेल्स के तो साइज बहुत बड़े बड़े हैं, वो तो ऐसे भी बाहर नहीं निकलेगा, लेकिन प्लाज्मा का साइज बहुत छोटा है। इतना सारा आपको सिखाया गया है कि कौन किस साइज में है, किसका क्या फंक्शन है, क्यों, किसके लिए, इसी सब चीजों को इजिली समझने के लिए। हाँ स्टूडेंट, सो इट इज प्लाज्मा ऑफ ब्लड। पीछे की चीजें यदि आप अच्छे समझेंगे तभी आगे की हर टॉपिक आप अच्छा समझ सकते हैं। So to avoid the flow of plasma outside the capillary, outside the capillary, so ये ब्लड बाहर नहीं आ जाए, that is into dialyzing solution. डायलाइजिंग सॉल्यूशन में ब्लड नहीं आ जाए, इसके लिए इसमें एक प्रेशर मेंटेन करना पड़ता है। और इस पंप के हेल्प से ये प्रेशर मेंटेन किए जाते हैं, इसके इंटरनल ट्यूब साइड एंड दूसरा दिस आउटर साइड दैट इज कॉल्ड एज दिस सेल साइड इसमें। नाउ while the nitrogenous waste have came and dissolved into this dialyzing solution, it become contaminated and the excess or the contaminated one is collected into the other bottle. But while reaching to the end of the membrane or the tube, the nitrogenous wastes are removed. So this way, whatever the blood that is going to come out here, it become pure. Pure means no nitrogenous waste. And here it was impure. It was impure. Why impure? It contained nitrogenous waste. It was present here. Then again, while coming back, it had to be connected to our body. Now question is that where to connect? Whether into the same artery from where it is being taken, or to the later artery, or to the vein. Now a student, keep in mind, inside the artery, there is already certain pressure. So injecting this blood into that artery becomes difficult. It is easier to discharge the flow at lower pressure rather than at the higher pressure. Okay, so that's why this is connected to vein which is having lower pressure. क्योंकि यदि आपको हायर प्रेशर में डालना है तो उस समय आपको बहुत ही ज्यादा इधर से हाई पावर का पंप लगाना पड़ेगा। और दूसरा इंपॉर्टेंट चीज इज दैट these arteries do not contain any valve. It is because of the pressure only it is moving unidirectional. But in vein there is a valve because of its low pressure. So therefore, whatever the blood you are injecting into the vein, it will go to heart itself. It will not go backward, but it will go forward in the direction of heart. So right, it is going to vein right here. It is here. Purified blood joined to vein, which is at lower pressure. क्योंकि इसका प्रेशर कम है तो ये इजिली यहां इंजेक्ट हो जाएगा। अदरवाइज यदि आप फिर से आर्टरी में देना चाहेंगे तो ऑलरेडी प्रेशर काफी ज्यादा है। तो यदि आपका जो इस मशीन से बाहर आ रहा है इसका प्रेशर यदि हमारे आर्टरी के प्रेशर से ज्यादा नहीं रहेगा तो वो आर्टरी में जाएगा ही नहीं। और मे भी पॉसिबल कि यदि प्रेशर थोड़ा कम हो गया तो वापस जहां से प्योर ब्लड बॉडी में जाने के बदले दूसरे ट्यूब से भी इसमें पुश करना शुरू करेंगे एंड दिस ट्यूब बिकम स्टैग्नेंट, ये इसी में फंस के रह जाएगा. So therefore it is always preferred to connect the other end to vein, not to artery. Okay. Other thing is the valve, and valve is not present, means unidirectional. Those things are, I mean, not required at your level. Various other things are there. So this way, thus blood is purified externally. By artificial kidney. What is the principle of artificial kidney? That is dialysis, that I have already written. हाँ स्टूडेंट, किसी कोई डाउट है तो पूछिए.
सर.
हाँ बोलिए नीरज.
सर ये डायलिसिस के लिए इतना नंबर ऑफ डेज के बाद करना है, ऐसा कुछ तो है?
हाँ, ये क्या है, वेस्ट जनरेशन का एक रेट होता है एंड आपका किडनी कितना परसेंट डैमेज है इसको एसेस करके डॉक्टर आपको प्रेस्क्राइब करता है वेदर डेली डायलिसिस इज रिक्वायर्ड, अल्टरनेट डे डायलिसिस इज रिक्वायर्ड और इवन ट्वाइस इन अ डे इज रिक्वायर्ड. ओके नो. यदि किडनी बहुत ज्यादा खराब हो गया तो एक दिन में दो बार आपको दो तीन बार भी डायलिसिस करने पड़ सकते हैं. यदि किडनी फंक्शनिंग है बट उस लेवल तक नहीं कर पा रहा है जितना चाहिए तो आपको 2 दिन में भी करने पड़ सकते हैं, 2 दिन में एक बार करने पड़ सकते हैं. ओके स्टूडेंट. यस, अदर क्वेश्चन. हाँ बोलिए.
सर इज देयर एनी साइड इफेक्ट्स ऑफ डायलिसिस?
और साइड्स इफेक्ट बोले तो प्रॉब्लम तो फील होते ही है पेशेंट को, बट प्रॉब्लम इज दैट कि इफ दिस नाइट्रोजीनियस वेस्ट आर नॉट गोइंग टू रिमूव तो वो जल्दी ही चला जाएगा. साइड इफेक्ट्स क्या रहते हैं इसके? See, again and again you have to connect it to your artery and veins, means injecting the needle or syringe. That is a bit painful, one thing. Another thing, if the air get trapped while you are connecting the system, at that time that also creates certain problem. Okay, so that is the other side effect, but these things are not required at your level. हैं और भी कुछ ऐसे हैं, लेकिन क्या करेंगे, मरने से तो अच्छा है ना कि थोड़ा लंबे समय तक जी लेते हैं. So it is basically that one. Yes, tell me the other question. Yes, student. So here, please note.
Sir.
So
should a dialysis patient decrease the consumption of water?
नहीं, वाटर का कंजम्पशन डिक्रीज करने से ये काम नहीं चलता है. क्यों? स्लाइटली कंट्रोल किया जाता है. मीन्स क्या कि बहुत ज्यादा वाटर पिएंगे तो उनको हो सकता है कि डायलिसिस थोड़ा जल्दी फ्रीक्वेंट करना पड़े. बट द थिंग इज दैट वाटर का रिमूवल मीन्स वाटर का डिफ्यूजन थ्रू द किडनी इट इज टेकिंग प्लेस, means urine passing will increase frequently. Okay, so that is the main problem. कई बार यदि बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम है तो थोड़े वाटर कंट्रोल करने के लिए डॉक्टर एडवाइस करते हैं, बट वाटर के कंट्रोल से आप सोचेंगे कि आपका ब्लड प्यूरिफिकेशन कम करना पड़ेगा, ऐसा नहीं है. क्यों? देखिए, नाइट्रोजीनियस वेस्ट का जनरेशन नॉट डिपेंडिंग ऑन वाटर इनटेक, इट डिपेंडिंग ऑन द फूड वी आर टेकिंग. So doctor always advise to take lesser protein food rather than high protein food. Okay, क्योंकि प्रोटीन के का ही बाई प्रोडक्ट आपका ये नाइट्रोजीनियस वेस्ट है. बट ऐसा नहीं कि प्रोटीन लेंगे ही नहीं, ऐसा नहीं कि प्रोटीन वाले फूड आप नहीं खाएंगे तो आपके एंजाइम हार्मोन बनेंगे नहीं, आपका तो बाकी भी सिस्टम बंद हो जाएगा. So that control is advised, but not total water control is mostly not advised. Okay. तो कई बार लोगों को ये लगता है कि नहीं पानी कम पिए तो ऐसा फ्लूइड कम जनरेट होगा. नहीं, पानी पीने से यूरिन पासिंग का रहता है, दैट इज देयर. बट व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, देखिए अभी आपके किडनी के फंक्शनिंग अलग अलग लेवल में खराब होते हैं, यानी कि उसका वाटर मॉलिक्यूल डिफ्यूज हो रहा है लेकिन ये जो नाइट्रोजीनियस वेस्ट है, these are not diffused. So that is the main problem. So that's why water control is never advised mostly. So what is the normal requirement of water that is to be maintained? क्योंकि यदि आपने वाटर कंट्रोल किया तो आपके ब्लड में वाटर कम हो जाएगा. और भी दूसरा क्या है, यदि आपने वाटर कंट्रोल किए तो किडनी पे और ज्यादा लोड बढ़ता है. क्यों? लास्ट डे आई टोल्ड यू, एक तो फिल्ट्रेशन के बाद उसे रीअब्जॉर्प्शन करना पड़ता है. तो बॉडी में कितने सारे सॉल्यूट हैं उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए इट इज रीअब्जॉर्बिंग अगेन, देन इट इज सेक्रेटिंग. तो ज्यादा रीअब्जॉर्प्शन उसे करना पड़ेगा, तो किडनी का लोड और बढ़ जाता है. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज ऑलवेज एडवाइज टू टेक एडिक्वेट अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर, नेवर कंट्रोल द वाटर, एंड व्हेनेवर रिक्वायर्ड एंड whenever urine is urged, please pass it. So it is important, otherwise if you are controlling all these things artificially, you are shortening your life. Yes, any doubt then please ask students. और किसी को कोई डाउट है पूछिए, बोलिए. सिंपल सा टॉपिक है, समझ में आ गया तो बहुत सिंपल है, नहीं समझ में आया तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट ये टॉपिक है, क्योंकि ये फिर होता ही नहीं है. मीन्स इट इज सो कंस्ट्रक्टेड कि आपको ये बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है इसको समझना. Any doubt? हाँ बोलिए. नीरज, you were asking something. हाँ, where is that very small topic, hardly 5 or 10 minutes is left. I mean topic is left. That someone was there. तेजस आप अपने डाउट बोलिए. ऑलरेडी हमने एक्सप्लेन किया, आपके जितने भी सब कुछ थे, आई हैड एक्सप्लेन एवरीथिंग. तेजस को अभी भी कोई डाउट है? नो डाउट. ओके, इट इज गुड थिंग. Okay. Student, so whatever we have learned, let us summarize it quickly. So one thing that we have learned is the kidney. It is our natural kidney. Means whatever we have got from the nature or from the God. And another is called as artificial kidney. We are going to write the difference. Few important difference I will write. There are so many. So here, what is the filtering unit? So filtering unit is nephron, student. What is the filtration and how is the filtration here? Filtration by artificial semi-permeable membrane. Permeable. So this membrane or tube, it is in the form of tube basically. Okay, no? So it is this one. The very first thing that you have to keep in mind is this one. A student, what was the process involved? So here filtration, then reabsorption, then secretion. So this secretion is finally the excretion. So these three things are there. So in this case, it means there is reabsorption. Here, only filtration. Filtration of nitrogenous waste. Along with this, even some amount of plasma and certain things are also going out that cannot be avoided to 100%, but it is nearly 90-95% efficient. That is being checked. So the other thing is reabsorption occur. Where? Tubular part. Tubular part of nephron. A student, whether there is any kind of reabsorption here? आप लोग जरा हमसे बातें भी करिए ताकि हमें भी अच्छा लगे, हमें लगेगा नहीं कि आप लोग सो गए हैं, नहीं तो इट अपीयर्स दैट यू पीपल आर स्लीपिंग, नहीं तो व्हाट्सएप अदरवाइज में बहुत सारे वीडियोस हैं, आप वही देख लीजिए, फिर इस क्लास की जरूरत क्या रहती है। सो स्टूडेंट, यू मस्ट रिकॉल योरसेल्फ। जब भी मैं ऐसे कोई चीजें पढ़ा रखा हूं, मैं समराइज करता हूं, तो आपको रिकॉल करके रखने हैं। इवन समथिंग आई मे मिसिंग और व्हाट आई एम थिंकिंग एज लेसर इंपॉर्टेंट, आप बोलेंगे मैं क्विकली वो भी लिख दूंगा। So here there is no reabsorption. That is the main difference. It is very important difference. Student, बार बार ये पूछा जाता है. The other we may further consider a few more. If we consider the amount of this, so naturally, so kidney filters or filtrate is nearly 180 liter. So it is for the adult one. Adult means what? More than 16-17-year-old. So right, average filtrate. Filtrate means you can think like this, the blood which is passing through kidney and coming out, that way you can take. Okay, roughly you can take. But if we take in a strict sense, then it is basically which is going through the tubular side. But roughly you can take that way, that the blood itself, that is approximate value. So average filtrate in a day is 180 liter. So this much liter means very high volume. ये लिखने का मीनिंग है that is high volume circulation. यहाँ हम क्या लिखेंगे, इसके लिए आपको ये डाटा लिखा, high volume filtration and circulation. Ration. Yes, tell me. बोलिए विवेक, हम
Sir, how much blood is present in?
how much?
Sir, how much blood is present in human body?
हाँ,
Human body. Human.
हाँ, ह्यूमन बॉडी में आप देखेंगे तो ऑन एन एवरेज डिपेंडिंग ऑन द एज, बट ऑन एन एवरेज इट इज 7 to 8 liters. ओके, टोटल 7 to 8 liters एक हेल्दी बॉडी में।
180.
हाँ, बोलिए
Sir, so 180 liters.
अरे ये बोलता है क्या,
So 180 liters.
कितना गया और कितना आया, इट इज दैट वन। 7 to 8 लीटर्स को अभी आप एक पाइप के थ्रू घुमाइए और उस पाइप में देखिए कि कितना बार गया कितना बार आया। ये इस पे नहीं डिपेंड करेगा कि हमारे पास इनिशियल वाटर कितना था, ये इस पे डिपेंड करेगा हमने उसी वाटर को बार बार डाले। अभी आप ये समझिए, आप एक बॉल ले करके से उसे बार बार दीवार पे हिट कर करके आप उसे खेल रहे हैं, तो क्या आप कितना स्ट्राइक आपने किया एंड कैच किया, डज इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द बॉल? नो, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन हाउ मेनी टाइम यू आर जस्ट थ्रोइंग. So just this 5 to 10 liter of blood is being circulated through this filter again and again. अभी और बोलिए विवेक, आर यू ओके? अभी आपको समझ में आया क्या मैं कहना चाह रहा हूं?
हाँ सर।
हाँ, तो ये इतना लीटर ऑफ ब्लड ही नहीं चाहिए, इसी को बार बार लेगा फिर में पुश करेगा, क्योंकि देयर इज कंटिन्यूअस जनरेशन ऑफ नाइट्रोजीनियस वेस्ट। तो वेस्ट तो कंटिन्यूअस मिक्स हो रहा है, तो कंटिन्यूअस सर्कुलेशन होता रहता है। लोअर वॉल्यूम हैंडल्ड, ये थोड़े से वॉल्यूम को ही। नाउ इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द फ्रीक्वेंसी, डिपेंड्स ऑन द फंक्शनिंग ऑफ द किडनी, कितना परसेंट डैमेज है। These are the few main things. The absorption was important. This was all about. Another important thing है स्टूडेंट, आपको ये किडनी के नेफ्रॉन एंड एल्वोली में डिफरेंस पूछते हैं। होप यू पीपल विल राइट दैट। हमने कई बार इन चीजों को बोला भी है। नाउ लेट मी गो फॉर द एक्सक्रीशन इन प्लांट। स्टूडेंट रिटन,
Sewage, sir.
राइट इट क्विकली। I have to write just very few things. Excretion of plant is not at all any big topic, very a small topic.
Done, sir.
Okay. Very small topic. इसमें ज्यादा हमें पढ़ाने के लिए भी कुछ नहीं है, बहुत इजी है। एक्सक्रीशन का मीनिंग क्या है? जिस तरीके से ह्यूमन बॉडी के अंदर बहुत सारे वेस्ट जनरेट होते हैं, ऐसे ही हर ऑर्गेनिज्म में वेस्ट जनरेट होते हैं, वेदर इट इज प्लांट और एनिमल। सो ये प्लांट अपने वेस्ट को कैसे रिमूव करता है, ये चीज। सो व्हाट आर द वेस्ट generated inside plant? What are the waste generated inside the plant? Can anyone tell me? स्टूडेंट ये बताइए, ऑक्सीजन क्या है प्लांट के लिए? तो ऑक्सीजन भी सर्टेन लेवल से, यदि रेस्पिरेटरी लेवल से ज्यादा है तो ये भी इसके लिए वेस्ट ही है। ओके, सो हाउ इट इज रिमूव्ड? रिमूव्ड बाय ओपनिंग ऑफ स्टोमाटा। सो ऑक्सीजन का रिलीज करना, ये भी प्लांट के लिए बेसिकली बोले तो एक्सेस है, ये भी प्लांट का एक बाई प्रोडक्ट और वेस्ट ही माना जाता है। बट इट इज नॉट ओनली दिस वन, the other product like उनके cells में भी nitrogenous waste and other waste are also generated there. So how those wastes are removed? So other waste generated are what these are during other waste generated just without R, right? During respiration is how they are removed. अभी आप ये देखिए, सेल का एक स्पेसिफिक फीचर आपको बताया गया था क्लास 9th में। सेल, प्लांट सेल के अंदर बड़े से वैक्यूल होते हैं, ये वैक्यूल प्लांट सेल के जो वेस्ट हैं उसको स्टोर कर सकता है टेम्पररी। तो यहाँ पे ये वैक्यूल का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल आ जाता है, बट वो वैक्यूल में भी कब तक रह सकता है? इट कैन नॉट स्टोर फॉर द लाइफ टाइम ऑफ द प्लांट, इट इज टेम्पररी। So ultimately these wastes are again diffuses back to the leaf, and leaf loses their chlorophyll and they filled with these waste. Then we say the leaf is matured and leaf is very old, and then the leaf is shedded. So shedding of leaf is one of the mechanism. Another, various lacs and glues are formed over the surface or over the bark of plant. What they are? These are also the waste. Many a time, just below the root or near to the root of a plant, you observe that the soil become dirty or the color of the soil is being changed. What is that? All these are the waste removed by the plant. Okay, student? So, right? Removed by, yes, tell me.
Sir, what about transpiration?
ट्रांसपीरेशन के थ्रू बोला ना, यहां से ये ऑक्सीजन है, CO2 है, ये इसके ओपनिंग से, एंड H2O यदि एक्सेस है तो ये तीनों के तीनों ही ट्रांसपीरेशन से भी हम बोल सकते हैं कि खासतौर से दिस H2O वी कैन से इफ इट इज एक्सेस देन इट कैन गो थ्रू द ट्रांसपीरेशन. Okay, it is that much, but these things are quite common and well known to you. What are the extra thing which is dedicated or extra activities which are performed by the plant that we are writing? तो ये देखिए बताया ना, ये if excess of oxygen is there, that is also not useful for the plant, that have to be removed. So that any kind of removal from the body, that is considered as the excretion. So it occurs through the stomata. If the carbon dioxide is there, that is also removed. If when this carbon dioxide is formed, student, can you say? अरे इतना सारा पढ़ाया भाई, मेनली नाइट में क्या होता है, ऑक्सीजन वैसा ही नहीं है.
रेस्पिरेशन.
वेरी गुड. सो इधर हमने लिखा है प्रोसेस रेस्पिरेशन, यहां से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड भी मिलता है, नाइट्रोजीनियस वेस्ट भी मिलते हैं, जो बाकी प्रोसेस होते हैं ह्यूमन में और ह्यूमन सेल्स में सब कुछ होते हैं प्लांट सेल में. So it is mainly in the night time by the respiration process. It is in the daytime. The first one is daytime by the photosynthesis. एक ही चीजों को मैं कितनी बार रिपीट करूंगा, क्योंकि एक ही चीजों को मैं भी लिखते लिखते यार आप भी बार बार वही चीजें लिखेंगे. एंड ये the excess water, it is the transpiration, excess. Okay, it is this one. So these are the common one which is happening to maintain the balance. But what else are there? So that we have to understand. So first one is removed by falling or shedding of older leaf. तो ये पहला चीज है. तो ये आपको यहां से एक ही क्वेश्चन बनते हैं कि प्लांट के एक्सक्रीशन के मेथड लिखिए, तो आप ये सारे मेथड लिख देंगे. एमसीक्यूज में ऑप्शन में 1 2 3 मेथड दिए रहेंगे, बी एंड सी दोनों सही है तो दोनों लगाइए, ऑल ऑफ दीज वो भी सही है तो वो भी लगाइए. दूसरा जो सिंपल जो क्वेश्चन बनता है वो जो राइट हैंड साइड में हमने लिखे हैं O2 CO2 H2O से बनता है. ये हमने पहले रेस्पिरेशन एंड न्यूट्रिशन के टाइम में मींस फोटोसिंथेसिस के टाइम में बहुत डिस्कस कर लिया है, बट इट इज ऑल्सो द पार्ट ऑफ दिस. तो यहाँ आपको ध्यान में रखना है, O2 दिन में रिमूव करता है, CO2 नाइट को रिमूव करता है, दोनों का रिमूवल प्रोसेस स्टोमेटल कंट्रोल है, it is that one. And water through the transpiration depending on the amount of water required inside the body of the plant. Okay, it is that. But the other waste like nitrogenous waste, so इधर ये कैसे waste की हम बात कर रहे हैं, nitrogenous waste. So nitrogenous waste or these wastes are basically non-volatile. ये टर्म मैं यूज नहीं करना चाह रहा था, लेकिन आप लोग चाहते हैं तो मैं लिख देता हूं, वोलाटाइल. मतलब ऐसे चीजें हैं जो खुद से नहीं उड़ पाती हैं. ये सारे के सारे क्या हैं, ऑल ऑफ दीज आर वोलाटाइल वेस्ट. वोलाटाइल बताया था ना, वो चीजें हैं जो खुद से गैसियस फॉर्म में बन करके बाहर निकल जाती हैं. सो we are listing this process for the non-volatile waste. So it occur by shedding of leaf. First one, shedding of leaf, you are already knowing. So what is happening? Waste material is stored in leaves. जब ये वेस्ट मटेरियल इसमें ज्यादा हो जाएंगे तो क्लोरोफिल का अमाउंट कम हो जाता है, फिर बोलते हैं कि लीफ ये ओल्ड हो गया है या लीफ जो है वो मैच्योर्ड हो गया है. तो वेस्ट मटेरियल इज स्टोर्ड इन लीफ एंड बिकम old and not useful for photosynthesis. तो अभी ये क्या रहता है, इसके साथ फोटोसिंथेसिस के लिए यूज नहीं रहता है. इसका पहचान क्या है, इसमें कुछ ऐसे केमिकल बढ़ने शुरू हो जाते हैं कि लीफ का जो स्टम से कनेक्शन है दैट इज वीकेंड. That is basically identification of accumulation of waste. It is collected there. So this way ultimately the leaf is shedded. It is the first one. The second one is what? Through the racines and gums formation. आपने देखे होंगे कि प्लांट के ऊपर कभी कभी थोड़े से गम कलेक्ट हो जाते हैं उनके किसी लीफ में और स्टेम में. So right, by resin and gums formation over the branches. आप देखते होंगे किसी भी तरीके के पेड़ में ये हो सकता है कि थोड़े से ग्लू निकल जाते हैं, बट दैट ट्री इज नॉट एक्सक्लूसिवली मिंटेड फॉर जनरेशन ऑफ ग्लू. ओके, सो स्टूडेंट, द थर्ड वन आपने कभी ये भी ऑब्जर्व किए होंगे कि सर्टेन पार्ट इंटायरली कन्वर्टेड इनटू द न्यू वन. अभी आपने देखे होंगे कि आम के पेड़ पे कुछ छोटे से जो उसके ट्विग हैं और नॉट द बिग ब्रांच, द स्मॉल ट्विग ऑफ दैट मैंगो ट्री गेट कन्वर्टेड इनटू द न्यू काइंड ऑफ लीव्स और न्यू काइंड ऑफ ट्विग्स. देखते होंगे आप. सो entire new twigs और ब्रांच आप लिख लीजिए स्मॉल ब्रांच, सिंपल वर्ड आपको याद रहे. एंड लीफ so entire new kind of this branch and leaf formation. ये क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है एमटीएससी में, पूछे जाते हैं कि sometime a tree is forming entirely new kind of leaf. New kind means not newly born of the same category. It is new kind. आप देखेंगे कि आम के पेड़ पे आपको आम के पत्ते नहीं मिलेंगे, कुछ नए टाइप के पत्ते मिलेंगे. हो सकता है कि आपको शीशम के पत्ते जैसे मिले, दिस अमरबेल के पत्ते जैसे मिले, इस टाइप का. So this thing. So it is this one. The fourth one is through the root some of the material are discharged. So right, into the soil, into, all right, I have written above by the root into the soil. Corrected. The root or roots into the soil. So इसको, इस क्वेश्चन को आपके एनटीएससी में कैसे पूछा था? इट इज फाउंड दैट the soil near to a tree color have been changed. This represent which kind of activity of the plant? Excretion, digestion, absorption, suction or sucking the water from the soil. बहुत सारे बच्चे ये समझते हैं कि वाटर सक करने से होता है. नो स्टूडेंट, this is because of addition of waste into this soil. So color of soil near the root of tree is darkened or changed. ये इसका पहचान है. तो ये क्वेश्चन को आपको खुद से भी थोड़ा समझ करके आंसर करने हैं. बहुत इजी रहते हैं, बट आपको ऑप्शन बनाते समय ऐसे ऐसे बना देते हैं. दे I think this is all about. The next that already we have listed where. So other for volatile right, the fifth one means it is, I'm talking for this one, the transpiration. Good, one of you have told it is the transpiration. It is very good. So it is transpiration. A student, अभी मैं एक चीज बोलता हूं, यहाँ पे देखिए, ये क्वेश्चन ट्रांसपीरेशन का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहता है एकेडमिक के लिए भी एंड कंपटीशन के लिए भी. स्टूडेंट, ट्रांसपीरेशन में हमने आपको बताया था कि वाटर लीफ के सरफेस से बाहर जा रहा है. ये तो पहली चीज है. इसके इफेक्ट क्या होते हैं? कैपिलरी एक्शन मीन्स वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन बाय प्लांट. स्टूडेंट, प्लांट का टेम्परेचर मेंटेन होता है, अदरवाइज प्लांट हीटअप हो जाएगा. सो टेम्परेचर ऑफ प्लांट बॉडी, क्योंकि कंटिन्यूअस वाटर का फ्लो है तो वो एनर्जी लेकर करके बाहर चला जाएगा. मीन्स वाटर लॉस्ट थ्रू leaves. It was this one. The other one is that we have listed here. So it helps in excretion of the material which is able to dissolve in water. Okay, that is even able to come on the surface of leaf and may either accumulate on the surface of leaf or that may also come out. Help in excretion of volatile wastes. So ये हर जगह यूज आता है. ट्रांसपीरेशन आपको एक्सक्रीशन में भी यूज आया. वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन क्यों चाहिए प्लांट को? क्योंकि फोटोसिंथेसिस के लिए चाहिए. तो फोटोसिंथेसिस में भी ट्रांसपीरेशन हेल्प आता है. सो ट्रांसपीरेशन इज एन इंडिपेंडेंट टॉपिक और इंडिपेंडेंट टर्म व्हिच इज यूजफुल फॉर बोथ, even for the photosynthesis, even for the excretion. Okay, so question was framed like this: transpiration is helpful in photosynthesis or nutrition, excretion, both. स्टूडेंट लिख लीजिए इस क्वेश्चन को. ट्रांसपीरेशन is helpful for A is nutrition of plant, B is respiration, or write it directly, write excretion, C is photosynthesis, D is all of this. What is the answer? Yes, post it. So answer is your D. Good. So students, it is very simple thing, but you have to understand how the questions are framed. This way I had tried my level best कि पूरे चैप्टर को आपको हमने जितने देर पढ़ाए, I think total this was the 14th or 15th class. So total nearly 25 to 30 hour I have teach this chapter, ताकि आप अच्छे से चीजों को समझ पाए. So ट्रांसपीरेशन एक बढ़िया टॉपिक है, हर बार क्वेश्चन अलग अलग फॉर्म में पूछे जाते हैं. एक्सक्रीशन इन प्लांट इज ओनली दिस मच, इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है हमें लिखना है, आपको भी इससे ज्यादा याद भी नहीं रखना है, इट इज एनफ. वेस्ट क्यों प्रोड्यूस होते हैं पहले ही बता चुके हैं. यस स्टूडेंट, एनी डाउट देन प्लीज आस्क.
So what about the desert plants?
Desert plant, in desert plant the amount of water present is lesser, so their leaf become waxeous, or their stem become waxeous, which are able to store the water, and leaf converted into thorn so that water is not lost. So this transpiration is not useful for desert plant. It may be asked, though such question is not asked, but it may be framed in future by the NTSA. तो आपके डेजर्ट प्लांट के लिए ट्रांसपीरेशन यूजफुल नहीं है, लेकिन बाकी जो प्रोसेस है देखिए उसमें भी लैक्स, उसके नीचे मिट्टी का खराब होना, ऑल दिस थिंग्स आर आल्सो अकरिंग इन डेजर्ट प्लांट. बाकी सब जो प्रोसेस है वोलेटाइल का, सॉरी नॉन वोलेटाइल का, दैट इज यूज देयर आल्सो, बट वोलेटाइल का जो प्रोसेस है दैट इज ऑलमोस्ट नेग्लिजिबल इन डेजर्ट प्लांट. यस, एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? Student, please tell me. So student, I think we have crossed our time and we shall stop it here. हाँ बोलिए.
सर ग्लोमेरुलर फिल्ट्रेट दोनों किडनी से होता है कि एक किडनी?
ये
180
दोनों
लीटर.
किडनी से होता है ना, जब दो किडनी भगवान ने दो दिए हैं और दोनों में मिलियंस एंड मिलियंस ऑफ आपको जब ये दिया है
सर
तो
एक से 180 लीटर होता है कि दोनों मिलकर 180 लीटर होता है?
it is collective. Okay, it is the collective one I am talking. Okay, means total जो फिल्ट्रेशन है हमारे किडनी का, ये कैपेसिटी 180 मीन्स क्या, 180 लीटर्स को वो रिवॉल्व करा करके प्यूरिफाई करता है. सॉरी, ये तो पूरा उल्टा हो गया. देखिए आपके लिए बहुत सारे हमने ये बना करके रखे थे, लेकिन एवरीथिंग इज देयर. आपके जो बुक्स के क्वेश्चंस हैं, एवरीथिंग इज देयर. ओके, ये स्लाइड चाहिए तो मैं आपको कभी शेयर कर देता हूँ, but it will be better if it is present in the form of videos. You can just stop it and watch it. Everything is there, whatever we have learned, no, everything I have compiled in this fashion. Some additional informations are also there. आप देख रहे होंगे कि जितनी चीजें हमने आपको बताई है, हर चीज हमने कवर कर लिए हैं. कैसे इजिली अंडरस्टैंड किया जाए, all these things are available in our notes. आपके बहुत सारे एनटीएससी के क्वेश्चन हैं, दूसरे दूसरे जगह के क्वेश्चन हमने इसमें कंपाइल करके रखे हैं. आप देख रहे होंगे एवरीथिंग वी हैव लर्न. आई एम जस्ट वाचिंग वेदर वी हैव लेफ्ट एनी ऑफ द टॉपिक. हाँ, एक छोटा सा चीज रह गया, मेरे को ध्यान में आ गया. हाइपरटेंशन. हाइपरटेंशन पूछा जाता है क्या है. हाइपरटेंशन इज नथिंग बट इट इज बस्टिंग ऑफ at risk if the blood pressure is increased. ब्लड का यदि प्रेशर ज्यादा हो जाए, ब्लड का प्रेशर ज्यादा कब हो जाएगा? यदि ब्लड में कहीं पे ब्लॉकेज हो जाए तो, but still the heart will pump, and because of that pumping the pressure in one of the artery is increased, and that leads to bursting of artery. So that condition is called as hypertension. Why hypertension? Under such situation, I mean, the mental stress also started. Means the mental feeling is not good. That's why the term tension is used. So hypertension kind of feeling is observed. So hypertension लिखना है क्या? बहुत सिंपल है, लिख दूं क्या? हाँ students, we have covered everything. See, nutrition, everything we have covered. Transpiration, transportation, respiration, excretion in plant, artificial kidney, water, food, everything we have covered. सिलेबस में अभी आपके जितने हैं उससे ज्यादा ही हमने बातें कर लिए हैं. कोई और डाउट है तो पूछिए, अदरवाइज वी विल स्टॉप आवर क्लास. स्टॉप करेंगे. हमारे बच्चे हाइपरटेंशन लिखेंगे नहीं. व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज हाइपरटेंशन? स्टूडेंट, तो हम एक फिगर आपको दिखाएंगे. If the pressure is increased in the blood, right? हाइपरटेंशन क्या होता है ये पूछा जाता है. सो दिस इज बेसिकली अ काइंड ऑफ डिजीज. डिजीज क्या है? जहां से इजीनेस डिस्टर्ब हो जाए वो डिजीज माना जाता है. तो अ काइंड ऑफ DISEASE, यानी यदि इजी, ईज मीन्स कन्वीनियंट है, अच्छा है, और डिस लगा दिया तो बुरा हो गया. ओके, इट इज डिजीज. So it is that. Why is this? So mostly because of excess blood pressure or high BP. This is also called as high BP. So if the blood pressure is increased, that leads to more pumping through our the arteries, arterioles and capillaries, passing through body as well as through our brain and head. So when the pressure is very high, at that time our nervous system or even our nerves in our head feel some kind of strain. Okay, so that's why the term hypertension is used. So what is this high BP? So high blood pressure. इन ब्लड प्रेशर कहाँ मेजर करते हैं? Artery. Okay, which may leads to, it may leads to bursting or rupture of these arteries. देखिए वेन्स जो है वो कम प्रेशर पे हैं तो ज्यादा असर नहीं पड़ता है वेन्स पे, मोस्टली arteries का ही बर्स्टिंग होता है. वेन्स में भी यदि ब्लॉकेज हो गया, पासेस नहीं हो रहे हैं, तो वहां भी प्रेशर बढ़ करके देयर मे बी बर्स्टिंग, बट मोस्ट कॉमनली व्हाट वी आर यूजिंग इज द arteries. bursting or rupture of artery or arteries. If you consider the brain hemorrhage, what is that brain hemorrhage? That is also a kind of hypertension. Okay, that is the main cause of brain hemorrhage. मीन्स कहीं से भी यदि रप्चर हो गया तो क्या होगा, which will result in internal bleeding in an organ. किसी भी ऑर्गन में एक इंटरनल ब्लीडिंग हो सकता है. And the most delicate one is the brain. So mostly occur there. Brain, heart, all these are the most delicate. So this internal bleeding important आपको ध्यान में रखना है. So rupture of arteries आपको ध्यान में रखना है. It is high BP. So this is enough. So this situation is called as hypertension. So certain medications and certain things for the cleaning. So maybe due to blockage, यदि ब्लॉकेज हो गया तो भी होता है. The other thing is heart attack. हार्ट अटैक क्यों होता है? क्योंकि ब्लॉकेज होता है. हमारे जो कैपिलरी सेल्स हैं और एट्रियोल्स हमारे जो लंग्स और हार्ट के अंदर हैं, बेसिकली इट इज इन आवर हार्ट, देयर सर्टेन ब्लॉकेज स्टार्ट्स. तो वो ब्लॉकेज से जब ब्लॉकेज इज सो मच इंक्रीज that blood is not able to pass, that may leads to a rupture. उसके बीच में फैट्स एंड कोलेस्ट्रॉल भर जाते हैं. ये सब चीजें हायर स्टैंडर्ड की चीज है, आपको नहीं पूछे जाएंगे व्हाई दिस हार्ट अटैक एंड ऑल दिस थिंग, बट you just understand or you just commonly you shall know. Any more doubt to any student? पूछिए, otherwise I have explained everything. We have to stop the class here. No doubt? Shall we stop the class? So this way, write down the chapter. It was, I think, 8th chapter. It is finished. What is your homework? एक्सरसाइज के सारे क्वेश्चन हो गए हैं क्या, या किसी को कोई डाउट है तो पूछिए. ऑल आर डन? हाँ स्टूडेंट्स, सबके सब सो गए क्या? आई हैव टू स्टॉप.
Sir, we did up to blue questions only.
हाँ तो एक्सरसाइज के सारे क्वेश्चन करिए. ओके, ये इतना करिए. नेक्स्ट डे वी विल स्टार्ट विद द मैथमेटिक्स. आफ्टरवर्ड यू आल्सो हैव टू डू द प्रैक्टिस विथ आवर नोट्स, मींस आरसी नोट्स. उससे प्रैक्टिस करेंगे तो ये सारे से जितने चीज आपको हमने बताए हैं अभी आप सारे के सारे को बहुत इजीली आंसर कर सकते हैं.